good problems. When spinning plates, running a rotation, know what category each girl is in. Fuck buddy, friend with benefit, girlfriend candidate, girlfriend, and don't violate your own rules. When you treat a fuck buddy like a girlfriend and vice versa, you get drama.
Take an example of any rules, and let's say sleepovers, fuck buddies, friends with benefits, anybody under a girlfriend candidate.
Yeah.
No sleepovers.
Yeah.
It sends the wrong message. Don't let them under the covers. You know, I mean, I know that sounds horrible, but
yeah.
Then they're going to wake up in the morning. And then you have confusion. And confused girls get hurt and mad and leave.
Exactly.
So you have to have certain rules, parameters. And the one and two, the two big ones for the difference between somebody who has potential as a relationship down the line and all the other girls there for fun and entertainment. One thing, going out, fuck buddies, friends with benefits tend to stay in, like they just come over.
Yeah.
Or you just go over there.
Yeah.
Girlfriend candidates, you actually are taking out. You're actually doing things.
Yeah.
And the other thing is sleepovers. Because to guys, it doesn't matter that much. But to women, I think there's a...
Oh, it's definitely a mental, like, oh, it makes it more romantic. It makes it more special. It means that he wants to spend more time with me.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, I mean, those are examples. You have to have hard and fast, and you don't have to tell them this.
No, please don't.
But you just guide them into the correct category. But one thing that I had noticed, and this is like over time, like guys will have a friend with benefit, something very casual. Neither of them will have any real intention.
Right.
And then she'll have like an event she has to go to. She'll say, I don't have anybody. And he breaks his rule that one time, and they go out, and then that's it.
Yeah.
They've kind of like built the relationship over time, you know, and then they get out and they go, shit, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, and then they get married. It's just one of those, it starts off casual and then just over time, and I'm talking like sometimes it's a year or two, then they go out.
But more often than not, they don't end up happily ever after.
No,
after they end up awkward. Now they're in this weird
that
middle
can
place
happen too. Yeah.
where it was like, oh, what did
Especially
I broke my own rule and I'm paying the price.
If you're really determined to like keep a girl in a certain category, focus on keeping her in that category.
It's easy just to not be available that day.
Yeah. And girls are pretty good about like kind of recognizing where they're at, and then they'll get on board with the game.
Yeah.
You know. So that's the real, I mean, you're asking for trouble when you don't have parameters or rules and you're running multiple girls at different levels. And you do need to mentally, even if you have to write this stuff down, that way it makes sense to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, and I think about like, there are always those events. And girls will also, make no mistake, we're wily like that. We will use those kinds of events to try to force you into being more of a boyfriend.
There you go. That's smart.
1,000%.
Yeah, I'm sure it's happened.
More often than not, she's like, oh, I don't have a date to this. It has nothing to do with not having plenty of people
she wants him to go.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Either because he's got a good social status, he looks good on, he would look good to the coworkers.
He looks
whatever.
good. That'll go a long way. Yeah.
She knows he would handle himself well.
Yeah.
Or she just really wants to lock him in.
Yeah.
And that's enough of a reason. We will do that every time. Every time.
And girls, yes. And guys will go and have like a great time.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty comfortable around her.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to be careful. That's pretty funny. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Even when you've been doing this as long as I have, I'm still like, you got to remember these girls have their own agenda.
And I will say, because everyone does it, if you guys break your own rule, if you go to an event, if you attend an event or go out with just a fuck buddy, a friend with benefits, make sure you're not too affectionate while you're out. Like, you can be
minimum PDA.
Yeah, minimum PDA. You're not holding hands. You're not kissing. You know, you're not looking at each other lovingly. Like if you want to keep her in this like backed off category, it's in those circumstances where you have to actively control the narrative.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Now you can keep things sexual. Absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely need to have sex at whatever event you go to.
Yeah.
But she has a good point. You have to
But you can't
keep
have
the
it
limits.
romantic.
Exactly. Because girls will ask you to go to weddings.
Well, yeah.
And then it's over. Then you're not going to recover from it. But just know that it's very difficult once, what do they say? Once the genie is out of the bottle.
Right.
To shove it back in. It's not going to go back in easily.
Yeah.
So you get a girl that's been a fuck buddy for 6 months, a year. Then you go out and she has a great time. It's going to be very hard to get her to just come over and hang out. She's going to want to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just know that you're opening up the floodgates.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. All right, you handsome devil. Next. Oh, that's not what I want.
If you guys like what you're seeing, want to help support this channel financially, like, subscribe, comment below, or you can go to myplayboysbunny.gumroad.com or fortworthplayboy.gumroad.com. Pick up a book. Invest in yourself and help us financially.
That's fair.
Everyone wins. But what would you...
Well, most of what we do is free content. And
Yes.
So anytime that you purchase our things, you're essentially saying, I appreciate all that you put out and I want to repay you. And you get the added benefit of
going deeper.
Yeah. All right. If her friend is attracted to you, she'll be too. That was a really good one from Seducer today.
I've been pushing that narrative lately, like it's easier to fuck her friends than fuck a new person.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. That's a good.
So I've been getting all the car videos where there'll be like 3 or 4 girls in the car, and the girl will be like, you know, drop a finger if your best friends are in the car. Drop your finger if you don't have any secrets. Drop your finger if you fuck my boyfriend in the back seat.
Yeah.
Then she whips around. It's pretty funny. There's a lot of girls.
There's a lot of that.
Sharing guys.
Yeah.
So it is. And again, be discreet.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
A gentleman never kisses and tells.
Yeah, you don't kiss and tell.
Yeah.
Sometimes the girls will tell them themselves because they want her to know. They want to know.
1,000%.
You know, there's a lot of intersexual competition.
Yeah.
But generally, let it be a fight amongst them.
Well, and girls will do that because if it pisses her off, okay, girl number 2 already knows that he's dating girl number 1. Once girl number 1 finds out, girl number 2 says she'll drop off. She'll be mad. She'll leave. And then I'll have girl number 2 will be girl number 1.
The new boyfriend.
It's a win-win. Aw. Mac Monkey loves the show. Thank you.